It's about that time.
City News.
What's happening in your city?
City News.
You got love for your city?
City News.
City News. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CT Views. We are here bringing it to you from your local cable access Altice Channel 5 right here in Litchfield County, fine city of Torrington. Actually, we're on the Torrington-Litchfield line.
We're on the border.
We're on the border.
So we're on Torrington Road, but
Yeah.
Litchfield. So,
Yeah. Just so we can break it down to you, just in case you want to come by and visit. We open for that, all right? Want to thank Doug and Dan, our producers and directors, for getting us on air this evening. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
We got a thumbs up.
They just flipped it. That was, you thought? Oh, she says with thumbs. I thought
That
it was
was a
another.
thumbs up.
Okay, you say so. I'll have to take your word for it. Nonetheless, you know me. I'm Jacque Williams. I'm your most gracious host for this journey into our neck of the woods, and this is my lovely and talented co-host, the one and only Coryse Coco
Villarouel. Hi, everyone.
And we got a great show lined up for you this evening.
Amazing show.
Yes. And, you know, we want to make all of our shows amazing. However, what makes our shows amazing are our guests.
Yes, for sure.
So we're going to be talking to them momentarily. And you guys are going to be able to check out what's happening. I know you just looking at all the bagels and everything.
I know, you're seeing a lot of food on this table.
You're probably wondering, what are they doing, man? I should be eating right now. However, I'm going to restrain myself until we get Jerry Puya on here so he can tell you a little bit more about the roundabout.
The roundabout. Nice little play on words there.
Oh, nice little play on words. Yeah, sometimes she gets it. Speaking of getting it, let's take this opportunity to give some props to our sponsors who we're so grateful for their support. We couldn't do the show without them, and we want to take this time to recognize them. Our big city sponsors. I'm going to give a shout out to Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. He can be reached at 860-496-7771 or at tothins@optonline.net. Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. Or the Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. So thank you so much to our sponsors.
Yeah, thank you.
So you put together a pretty good show tonight.
Yeah, we have an amazing show. I had the opportunity, a very wonderful opportunity, to meet Jerry Puya from Between Rounds Bagels, and they're mostly in the Hartford area of the state. And Between Rounds Bagels, they have about 5 locations, delicious bagels, and they are doing a lovely thing this month, and they're donating $1 from every sale of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to Friendly Hands Food Bank.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
Peanut butter jelly
That's
time.
my go-to.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
You know
my.
what? I can honestly say I haven't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich since I was a kid.
Yeah, because you have those elite appetites that you so eloquently express with your
Well,
eloquent
you
meals.
know.
Coryse can cook. She's a great cook, so I can dig it. But me, I gotta have me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man. So now that we're doing bagels and peanut butter and jelly, I'm all down for that.
Yeah. And so I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on white bread, which was amazing. And then we visited all 5 of their locations.
Hmm.
And did you know that their bagels are in a grocery store chain? I'm not going to say which one. I'm going to allow Jerry to tell you all the details on
Okay,
that.
okay.
But yeah. So we have Jerry, and then after Jerry, we have Rob Goldberg, and Rob is the owner of Puddletown.
Yeah.
And I just remembered about a couple months ago driving by, and I saw Puddletown, and I'm like, oh, a new entertainment facility. What is this all about? I have to stop in here, and I did. I stopped in, and it was like dodgeball meet Nerf gun, not gun, but Nerf blasters, mushed together into like an amazing sport, an amazing activity. And I took my son down there with a couple of his friends, and they had the blast, like the most amazing time of their lives, playing with the guys there. So it's a great place for kids to just, something other than using their thumbs on, little gaming
Well, a little
devices.
exercise and
Yeah.
physical activity never hurt anybody, except when they get hit by one of those rods that he'd be putting up in there.
No, they're foam, so
I know what they say that they are, but
they don't hurt, Jacque.
well, it looks like it hurts.
Anything will hurt Jacque. Like, he doesn't even want to go axe throwing. He goes, "Oh my gosh, the axe is going to come in my
Like
head."
people are supposed to be enthused about throwing axes. I mean, give me a break. Good
It's-
grief.
Well, if you have a picture up of, I'm not going to say, throw an axe at that, but
Well, the one that got me about that was the ex date your ex night axe.
Yeah,
That could be
axe your
dangerous.
ex.
Axe your ex.
He did have an axe your ex
That
night.
could
Yeah,
be. You be finding out some trippy stuff going on, man. What's wrong with you, girl?
a lot of fun stuff. I just love entertainment and
Yeah.
finding different things to do. So
Yeah, awesome.
yeah, and just exploring our
Yep.
state, what our great state has to offer.
Yep. And speaking of axes, I think we're going to check out Edgeworks and see what's going on.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, and then we'll be right back with our first guest of the evening, Jerry Puya.
Yeah.
So you guys hold tight. We'll be right back right after this.
Here with CT Views, and we're down at Edgeworks Axe House, and we are going to be doing a special segment. We are actually going to go in and we're going to do some axe throwing for you. I heard it's so much fun. Actually, I did it for my birthday. It is a lot of fun. And come on in. Let's see what it's all about. We're going to meet the owner. His name is Al.
Hey, I'm Al.
I heard you just celebrated a 1-year anniversary, right?
We sure did. December 22nd was our official 1 year.
All right.
Absolutely.
You have quite an amazing place. Why don't you show us around?
Oh, yeah, come on. We'll give you the full tour. So I built this whole place myself. My father helped me out. A couple friends came in.
With a couple axes?
With a couple axes. Yeah. Everything here is all by design. So you can come on through. We have 10 lanes. We can separate every single one of them so they could be a single lane, or we can do a double lane for bigger groups.
Okay.
Or we do party packages. So we have party section down here. We do birthday parties, anniversary parties, divorce parties, whatever you want to do, we can do it. Right? It's $26 plus tax per person per hour. Each lane I usually accommodate 4 people. So if you have a group of 8, we'll give you 2 lanes side by side. And myself or one of my experts, one of my employees, will take you through the whole thing.
His
My
expert.
experts. You wait for all the axe funds, they're coming. You pay for 60 minutes, we give you 75 because we're that awesome, right? It's exciting, right? There's another one for you. We teach you how to throw. So everybody who's nervous about coming in because they've never thrown an axe before, it's very safe. It's a good time. We make sure everybody gets a safety lesson, and then we start throwing some sharp objects, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Well, Al, me and my teammates, we are ready to throw some axes.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's throw down.
Smell good. You guys are addicted already, right? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Come all the way back over your head. Come forward, let it go. Nice shot.
Look at that. Now, Al, we had a great time here tonight. It was such a great time just having camaraderie with my teammates. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I opened this place. We want to have some fun. We want to let it all out, right?
Let it out. Let loose.
Let loose. Let all your stress go. Have some fun. It's BYOB, so you bring your own beer and wine in here. You know, we're having fun with friends. And
you can order food from next door.
Absolutely. We have the Little Red Barn Brewery next door. We have a great relationship together. They love us. We love them. You know, we always try to support each other as much as we can. So, yes, you can go next door. They have a great kitchen, great staff, great beer, obviously, because it's the brewery, you know.
It's the brewery,
It's the brewery.
Yes.
1,000%.
Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you very
And I have to tell you, this is going to be a regular thing. I'm going to have like a ladies' night.
Oh, bring them all in.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
That was amazing.
that
Thanks,
was,
Joey. You gotta go.
yes.
You just have to go.
So if you need to ask us any questions, you can reach out to us on our YouTube page, Culture for a Cause. Just go and, engage and say, hey, we want to see more episodes.
And watch some of the segments. We've got a lot of episodes
Yeah, that's
on
true.
there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Coryse does a great thing with her proclamation of the Declaration of Human Rights, which gives me such deep pride on. Good job.
Thank you.
So check us out, support us, like us, and we'll see if we can continue on our journey here to bring you the happenings in and around not only the northwest corner, but the whole state of Connecticut.
That's right.
So,
speaking of the state of Connecticut,
yes,
we're
making the rounds.
We're
making the rounds.
We're making the rounds, and we went all the way to the Vernon, Hartford area, and we have with us Jerry Puya.
Thank you.
Good
owner
evening, Jerry.
of Between Rounds Bagels.
Thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
I think it's great that what you're doing, especially in the current environment that we're living in, where I think it's going to become a part of our culture, where giving is more part of our culture than receiving. And there's so many needs out there, and you, in the work that you're doing, I just commend you for it, because there's not enough that's going on, and to meet the challenges that we face.
Oh, thank you. If I can, I'd like to share a little bit about how this came about. I mean, my brother and I started this business after my father was into the business down in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Oh,
but this started in Connecticut 35 years ago. And they usually say overnight success takes about 35 years. So, my brother and I are very thankful for where this business has gotten us. Matter of fact, even now my son is coming into it, so as we get older, the business is going to live on.
That's great.
So it reached a point where we're like, okay, we see an opportunity here to maybe give back. So in conjunction with Reese on the radio, who has been promoting us and wanting his Reese's peanut butter and jelly sandwich, we said, you know what, I see an opportunity here. So I reached out to him and I said, Reese, do you have a favorite charity? And right away he said, Friendly Hands Food Bank, contact Karen, and she's phenomenal, and they got a great organization. So that's how it started. And from that came the idea that we could expand. That program was, okay, we will give $1 from every peanut butter and jelly sandwich that we sell to the Friendly Hands Food Bank. But then it got to be, well, I think there's more to this. Maybe we can find other charitable organizations and food banks throughout other parts of the state, some up by the Hartford area, and we can carry it forward. So I've even been reaching out to some of our vendors to say, well, maybe you can support us in this endeavor. So rather than offering like a discount on a sandwich, we can come up with some new items and maybe say, okay, this is going to be a featured item. For every one of these items we sell, we'll donate $1 to another food bank. And in a way, kind of, feel comfortable giving back. It's like a win-win. Everybody does better because, we like the idea of helping people, and they hopefully will support us, and we all do better.
Yeah.
That's a great model, though, because you can develop revenue streams and have direct relief toward agencies or issues that you feel need to be addressed.
Absolutely. And it's like, it's funny. I was talking to my son and my brother, and I'm like, why did it take us 35 years to get to this point? This is something that I think people need. During the COVID episode, I mean, this would have been wonderful.
Yeah. Well,
So-
it's no time like the present, right?
It's
So-
never too late. No.
Never too late.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And what you're doing is amazing. Karen called me up, and I sit on the board of Friendly Hands as well. And Karen called me up and said, Coryse, come make a commercial with me. We're going down to all 5 locations of Between Round Bagels,
That
and
was fun.
we are going to just have a blast. And I jumped right in. I said, of course, I'm there with you.
That was
And
fun.
we started at like 7:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Went to the first location in Vernon,
Mhm.
and then from there, please tell me all the locations again.
Well, there's one in Vernon.
hmm
There's one in Manchester. The one in Manchester is at the plaza at Buckland Hills. That's a very busy
Mhm.
plaza.
Yeah,
We have
which a friend of mine runs it.
that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
AJ.
AJ Matthews.
AJ,
Yeah,
yes, AJ Matthews.
from Yukon. Yeah.
When you came walking in, AJ goes like, I know her. And I'm like, you do? And then I looked at you and you said,
I know him.
And I'm like, small world,
Yeah.
never get aggravated with anyone. You never know when they're
Never
going
burn
to come
bridges. Never
back.
burn
Right.
bridges.
Yep.
So, and by the way, I heard a few stories about you after you left.
Did you?
Well, I won't share them, but let's just say I know.
Give me a call after the show,
We can
Jerry.
talk.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I need some dirt on her.
I'm gonna start blushing now. Yukon
yeah.
days. I mean, Yukon was a blast.
I'm sure it was. I'm jealous.
It was a blast. We had a great time at Yukon. But yeah, so then
then we-
Manchester.
We have Manchester, we have Tolland and East Hartford. Those are concepts where we franchise them,
Mhm.
and they're in gas stations, they're convenience stores. So like you see a Subway or a Dunkin' Donuts, this is another avenue that we've tried to grow in. And then our headquarters is in South Windsor.
Mhm.
We're on right at the East Hartford town line on Route 5. That's where we do all our bagel manufacturing. And it's expanded. It was retail stores at first.
Mhm.
Then we started to get into some grocery stores, and demand for the product has grown to where now we're actually bagging them. And they're sold to the grocery stores for resale. We're in all the Big Ys.
All the big Ys.
We're in all the Highland Park markets. We're in all
Really?
Geisler supermarkets. We're in some Key Foods. We're in several ShopRites. We're probably in almost 150 different grocery stores.
Wow.
And our outlets are continuing to expand. And like I said, it took us 35 years to get here.
Mhm.
But we are in a very good spot now where I think this is going to continue to grow. And
Yeah.
if you see these in your local store, you'll see on the back there's a story. It tells the Between Round story about how we started. Because we're local. I
Mhm.
mean, we're local, and it's grown. It's grown
Yeah.
nicely.
Do you mind if I fill out an application to?
You want a job?
He just wants to eat the bagels.
We give employees a discount. Hey, just so you know, these are yours, okay? So you guys can fight over them.
Oh, wait.
But I would
We're
take,
gonna be fighting, all right.
wait a minute. I would take the cheddar, the everything, and the plane.
Don't tell him.
I think it's fascinating. This is a traditional American dream story.
Yeah.
Um, you start with the most, humble of ambitions, with the most noble of intentions, and you put it one foot in front of the other. You persevere, you overcome challenges, you deal with adversity, and success has its own rewards.
It does.
And, it may have taken 35 years to actually see this to fruition, but I'm sure you'll probably look back and say that the journey was well worth the
Well
end.
worth it.
True, true. They say you're a product of everything that's happened in the past. I'm going to share you my background. I have a bachelor's in aerospace engineering, a master's in mechanical engineering, and an MBA in management. I moved to Connecticut working for Pratt & Whitney as an engineer.
Really?
I was there for 6 years, had never in my wildest dreams would I have thought about getting into this bagel business.
Mhm.
My father and my brother got into the business in Hoboken, New Jersey. They knew nothing about the bagel business. My father was in the garment industry, and the garment industry was moving overseas. So he was in his mid to late 50s, and he's like, what do I do now? So he and my brother answered this little ad in the newspaper, own your own bagel shop. And they opened up a shop in Hoboken, New Jersey. My wife and I went down the first weekend they were open, and we're like, oh my God. They had lines out the door.
Really?
The bagels were great. And I'm like, we got to do this. So back in 1990, when we did this, the first store in Vernon, Connecticut, nobody knew what bagels were. It's hard to conceive that. But we were in
Wow.
Tri-City Plaza, which was a major plaza. This is before the Brooklyn Mall was there. And we ran a promotion that said, come into our store, bring us a receipt, and we'll give you a bagel, because people didn't know what it was.
Wow.
Hard to believe. Now, I grew up in New
In
York.
the 90s.
This was in 1990.
Wow.
The only place to get bagels back then was Dave's Bagels, which was on the Berlin Turnpike, and they had been there for a very long time.
Mm.
I mean, I grew up in New York City where
Bagels
24-hour
were-
bagel shops.
Bagels were everywhere.
I was like, what do you mean you don't know what a bagel is?
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe. And
Wow.
here we are. And I'm like, sometimes I look in the mirror. Well, first of all, I'm like, look in the mirror and say, what happened? Where did all those years go by? But I'm like very happy with where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm very
You should
comfortable.
be.
Yeah.
This is a tremendous story.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a great example of American exceptionalism.
And luckily we have a Big Y in Torrington.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah.
you will find their bagels. And if we want to get a close up, I'm going to show you the cheddar bagel. Can we get a close up on that, on the cheddar bagel? And then I have a couple flyers that I want to hold up. So we have the cheddar bagel here. We're going to wait for our cameraman to do a little close up on some of these bagels. We got cheddar bagel. We have plain. We have an everything bagel. Let me see. What do we have here? Sesame bagel. You didn't bring the French toast bagel.
You got a
Those-
French toast bagel?
Yes.
In the retail stores, we have about 13, 14 different
A
varieties.
French
of bagels.
toast bagel?
Yeah.
And these can be found inside Big Y. And then we also have, so if
Help
you
us
want,
win.
Yeah, help them win. You want to vote for them? Okay. Vote for them for the best of Connecticut. And then here is the flyer for the Friendly Hands promotion that's running this month. So we have one more week left of the peanut butter and jelly promotion. So if you are in the Hartford area, Manchester, Vernon, Tallinn, because
East
the women won, so I know people will be kind of going up that way. So if you're in that area, make sure you stop at Between Rounds Bagels, purchase a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and $1 from every purchase of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich goes towards Friendly Hands Food Bank. You know what I gotta say? So I had mine on plain bread, and I just love how thin you guys slice the bread. I do. It's like, I don't like when the bread is too thick and then you have everything in between and then, you're just so full on bread but that bread is sliced just the right size, and I was just like, oh my God, this bread is nice. And I took home the pumpernickel bread, and my 4-year-old eats it every night.
Really?
Oh my gosh, he loves it. He just wants it with butter. Yeah, he goes, Mommy, bring me the brown bread.
Let me ask you, when we were there, were you the peanut butter or the jelly? Because you guys were in your
She's
outfits.
cocoa, man. She's
I
peanut
was-
butter, man. Come
You
on.
were in your outfits.
I was jelly.
You were jelly. You were jelly. Karen was
We did-
peanut
yeah,
butter. They literally had
we
their
had
outfits
we
on.
had peanut butter and jelly costumes on. It was a great time. I had the best day. We visited all 5 locations. We made a couple pit stops because us women had to go shopping. But we did visit all 5 locations, amazing locations, and just you have the bagels, but it's so homely because then you also have like all these. You have teas. You have a tea section that people can buy the tea bags, and then you have all these wonderful mugs that I understand your wife found, and the mugs have the best little like sayings on them. There's Grandparents' Day. There's ones for nurses. There's Mother's Day mugs. There's just mugs galore, and just the best mugs.
Thank you.
They were really good.
And the
So-
teas, the teas are my wife and my daughter, who are classic tea snobs.
Tea snobs.
Tea snobs, and they curate all of those products.
Really.
Oh man, and they try them. My house is full of teas. I'm coffee.
They were great. Great mugs. Kudos to your wife for choosing and finding that one company to source all those mugs from, and the teas. But yeah, and the sandwiches. You guys make really, really good, awesome sandwiches. I think I had a honey turkey sandwich that was just absolutely amazing. There's like Mediterranean sandwiches. They were just.
You know what
a
though?
lot.
There's a lot of vacant buildings and spaces here in Torrington, man. A lot.
I see this coming.
A lot. Okay, a lot. And as a representative for the Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce,
Oh, I
we
see
would
that
like to invite you to perhaps come down and take a tour someday.
too. Franchise opportunities available.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
And a job for that.
Always.
Got to sneak one in there somehow. You never know, man. This career might come to an end real fast. So, she might kick me to the curb, and that could be it. But Jerry, it's been great having you here
Thank you.
this evening, and we definitely want to have you back.
Fantastic.
Just so we can help you get the word out about what you're doing.
About
Sure.
the next charity that you choose, we'll check in on you and find out what you choose next. And
If there are some that see this and want to get information,
Yes.
reach out to me. Go
Great,
to our
yeah.
website, which is betweenroundsbagels.com, and feel free to contact me and we can talk, because that's the next step. Is I want to have some organization to how we do this so that it rolls out and gets better and better each time we do it.
Well, I can't see how that won't happen with the persistence that you've already placed in this, and it definitely is a labor of love.
Thank you.
labor of love. And I have to say, stay tuned because next week we will be showing our commercial that we made for Between Rounds Bagels next week. So stay tuned. You won't want to miss that
It
commercial.
was funny.
Great. And getting to the bottom of the hour, we want to give our recognition of our sponsors and thank them for their support. We want to give a big, huge shout out to Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. He can be reached at 860-496-7771 or at tothins@optonline.net. Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite Number 1, Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. The Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. Once again, we want to remind each and every one of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Culture for a Cause is the producer of CT Views. We have all kinds of good stuff there for you to check out. One of the things you'll be able to see on our YouTube channel is Coryse's proclamation to the Declaration of Human Rights. So we're going to give you a quick blast of that. Check it out. And we'll be right back with more from CT Views.
Shake it, make it, and celebrate it. Coco's got the ultimate Caribbean experience lined up just for you. If you're a crafter with a passion for dance, this workshop is your dream come true. Join us as we blend the energy of Caribbean dance with the creativity of carnival headpiece making. First Coco's dancers will get you moving with some energetic dance steps straight from the heart of the Caribbean. Feel the rhythm, let loose, and connect with the vibrant culture through every move. Then it's time to get crafty. Learn how to design and create your very own dazzling carnival headpiece. No experience needed, just bring your enthusiasm and imagination. We'll provide all the materials and guidance you need. This isn't just a workshop, it's a celebration of creativity, culture, and community. Meet new friends, share laughs, and leave not just with a headpiece, but unforgettable memories. So why wait? Sign up now and join Coco's Caribbean Connection. Let's dance, create, and celebrate together. Call Coryse Villarouel at 860-325-0791. See you there.
I'm Pascal James.
And I'm Joe Severo, and today we'd like you to join us at Salt 2.0 in downtown Torrington.
Conveniently located right next to the Warner Theater, Salt 2.0 is a great option on show nights.
But honestly, Salt's an accessible and desirable option every day of the week. The restaurant's open from 11:30 to 8 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, and 11:30 to 9 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays.
The food service is quick and the options are both affordable and healthy. They fix grain bowls, wraps, burritos, salads, and my vegan friends tell me that the vegan burrito is to die for.
Not to mention they have a finely curated lineup of international and regional draft beers, and Bud Light too.
There's also a great wine selection and a full cocktail bar. The best part might be the seating. I love watching sidewalk traffic from the front section.
The venue is both spacious and inviting.
There's a ping pong table in the upper wing and Tap TV interactive trivia at the bar. When you come to Salt, you choose the experience.
Salt 2.0 was born out of necessity during the pandemic. The original Salt 2.0 was open in Litchfield. A dining room of the Saltwater Grill was cleverly converted into an offshoot to provide food for pickup.
You can order online for pickup, or you can order online to sit in, or you can request that a wait person take your order the old-fashioned way. For City Views, I'm Pascal James.
And I'm Joe Severo.
Connecting you with Salt 2.0.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we do apologize for that slight technical glitch. However, we do want to encourage you to check out our YouTube channel, Culture for a Cause, so that you can see Coryse's proclamation for the Declaration of Human Rights. She's multi-talented, as you can see, because the clip that we saw was from her dance group.
Yeah, my workshops that I do.
Yeah.
The Caribbean Carnival workshop.
She acts, she dances, she proclamates. And she also is very good at giving me a hard time, but you know, some of these skills just can't go unnoticed. Nonetheless, as the show continues, we're really happy at this time to bring you our next guest for this evening, Rob Goldberg. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, this is really cool. Coryse, I don't know where she comes up with this stuff, man, but I mean, I'd be like, wow.
I'm always looking for entertainment places and different things to do, especially for my kids, because I try to keep them off the gaming system all the time. So I remember just driving that. When I don't drive that way regularly, if I'm going to the Hartford area, I take what is that? Is that 144 or is that 202?
We're on 44. I think you're talking about 202. We're coming through
202.
Torrington. Yeah.
But I ended up on 44 one day, and I'm driving by, and I saw the sign, and I'm like, Puddletown Entertainment. What is this? I had to stop in, and so be it. I stopped in probably about a month ago.
I'm glad you popped in, and I had actually seen online that the video that played earlier in the show of at the Edgeworks Axe Throw, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That popped up because I follow them, and it was great that you stopped in, and we're located right on 44 Puddletown Adventures in New Hartford. And it's sort of the out of the box style of entertainment.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, well, we've been doing our main business as a trivia company, Bar Rated Entertainment. We started back in 2010, and since then we've grown up to where we've got currently 61 weekly places across the state that we do games at.
Weekly, you said?
Oh yeah, weekly locations, 40 plus hosts that work for us, and it's a network of our managers that help facilitate and put stuff together, and that's our main business. But I moved to New Hartford, as we explained when you came in a few years ago, and I bought a Nerf blaster. Never had one before, and I like toys, but I don't have guns, or I never had a Nerf, but bought one, and it sparked this whole thing. Okay, we could do birthday parties with Nerf blasters, and now we're going into our third season.
And I understand your wife saw them all in the basement, just piling up and piling up.
Yeah, well, it's turned into something we call it upcycling at Puddletown. We reuse a lot of trash. We've got tires and barrels outside.
Instead of recycling, upcycling.
So we upcycle trash, and we do that for the outside for our play fields. And I built the whole place, Puddletown, with going on Facebook Market and buying used stuff. Like our pads on the wall are all used, and I have used lacrosse helmets for our archery dodgeball and the Nerf stuff. So I was going on, and all these parents hey, I want that one blaster in this Facebook ad. And you show up, and they go, well, here, for the same $20, take it all. And you take 20 blasters from a Facebook Market, and that happens 20 times. You've got a lot of plastic laying around. So, my wife said to me, stop filling up the basement with all these toys. You're an adult. What are you going to do with all this? And I said, well, I can figure out how to write this off before you can write off your shoe collection. And I won that bet. So I'm not saying she has to get rid of them, but I was like, at least I can do something with this. And it's turned into something that's been a lot of fun. We can, grow with these events, doing our trivia stuff there, food truck park, a yoga studio, and more. And just providing to that fun little area of New Hartford.
You have quite the facility and land space.
Yeah, it's about, I keep saying it's around 4 acres of property on the Farmington River, but it's part of this whole property owned by our landlord, who's been super supportive of us. And he's kind of, through the years, as he built his business, bought up the whole strip. So we've got really cool grass areas right on the Farmington River and a nice forest path. There's ways to go and just kind of hang out in the river. People that are kayaking or tubing can stop on by. And then we have this big field for outdoor blaster battles too, and again, an outdoor yoga nature studio. So it's, I think I was told earlier today that I'm pushing as far out as we can, as far as we can reach. Hey, can we use this space?
Yeah,
this space?
I mean, it's an amazing space that I can see. Like you said, in the summertime, summer concerts and picnics and just so many different things there. Now, for those of you out there in TV land that don't know exactly where on 44, it's pretty much near Satan's Kingdom.
The easiest way to say where it is, Satan's Kingdom, right north of where the tubing is. We're right on the same right-hand side, and that's the 186 Main Street, New Hartford. But if you know where the Farmington River tubing is, we're just north of that, and a little bit before you would get to Ski Sundown. So, but they say New Hartford is a town for all seasons, and there's a lot of things you could do all season long. I mean, you could ski at Ski Sundown. The river is great for fishing. What Puddletown Adventures, though, is an event space for all seasons. We can do the stuff in the outside spring, fall, but then we have our indoor battle arena too. So we were rocking all winter with birthday parties inside on the weekends. We even did we worked with Bradley Mountain Farms in Southington, and we brought goats in. We did goat.
Really?
Yeah, we thought it was going to be baby goat
Was
reindeer
goat
snuggles.
yoga?
No, we're going to do goat yoga coming up soon with Root to Rise. And those are baby goats. But we were doing, and this is nothing against Bradley Farm. They said they were bringing us goats. We thought they were going to be small goats. They were goats, like large goats.
With horns and the whole nine.
Oh yeah, and they do goat things, and and so we were as prepared as we could be. But we've done Comic Cons there
So
too
what
in
did
my
you do
music.
with the goats?
We hired high school kids to come in and help clean up with the goats while they were there, and then we took pictures with them. We dressed them up in sweaters and put antlers on them. It was like a Christmas card kind of opportunity.
Did Tom Brady accompany any of them?
The goats? Yeah. I mean, I think one's name was Tom, though, so it was a lot of fun. But it was just another thing that we could do there at any time of the year, and it's been the most fun with it. That we have our trivia games with bar rated entertainment, but we could kind of explore at Puddletown, and that's really the adventure, I guess. It's the adventure of what Puddletown has become.
Well, see, and that's what gets me, because I'm still trying to make the connection between the activities that you do and the name Puddletown. Is there something special behind that name?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, when I drove by and saw Puddletown, I'm like, I thought along the lines of Satan's Kingdom, obviously, because,
I thought it was swimming.
I saw Adventures, and I'm like, what is this place?
Yeah, Puddletown. I mean, we're, again, a trivia company by trade. So when we were looking for names of it, actually, the original name we were going to call it was All Seasons Adventures. It's New Hartford, All Seasons. And there's like All Seasons Landscaping, All Seasons Dog Care. There's All Seasons Grocery Store. Like, it's all over. So it wasn't a very original name. And then I did some research in New Hartford. I'm a resident myself. And we found with the town archives that there was a subsidy back in like the 1700s, 1750, called Puddletown in New Hartford, Connecticut, and it was along the river, and what they were doing was making iron bars and beams for them to send down to Hartford as they were building the city of Hartford. And the technique they were using to cool down the metal and to actually cure it, I guess is the way. Yeah. Would be bringing the water in from the river, and it was a puddling method. So it was Puddletown where they were doing all this, and then in 1850 a flood came and washed it all away, and Puddletown disappeared, but it's still on some old maps, and it's a fun word to say. So I'm like, okay, we could call it Puddletown, and it's something you're not going to forget really right away. And then it wasn't until after we were going to town hall to set up, and we're at Puddletown Adventures, I found out that the property we're on was literally where Puddletown was. We knew it was kind of in the area, but we're right there, and there is some foundation blocks that you kind of see back from one of the old buildings that was there. So yeah, it was a conversation starter.
Absolutely.
But it's we're a small town, so we're not really, people come in from all around West Hartford, and we've had people from Manchester as far out for that to come out to New Hartford, but we're really there for the community and for that area. So it's nice being a locally named fun name. So.
Now, talk to us a little bit, because I took the night off because Coryse threatened me to come down to your place.
And I appreciate that. Yeah.
And I was scared to death because I didn't know what to expect, because when she asked me to do these things, sometimes they get a little hairy.
So let's just preface that a little. So I decided that this would make a great commercial to go interview and to also participate in the adventures at Puddletown Adventures. And I said, Jacque, you're participating. And I also recruited my son and his friends. And I said, yep, come on, you guys are going to go play. With some Nerf blasters,
You're correct. It says they're
yes, blasters.
Which
Nerf
camera
blasters.
are we on? We're on Nerf.
The middle one.
They're blasters, not guns, and darts, not bullets. All right,
yes,
that's
Nerf
very
blasters.
As we
I heard you
see,
corrected earlier in the show.
I
too.
keep.
Rob is TV savvy here. We see.
Where's the red light?
So then Jacque, of course, I twisted his hand and he came along.
Because she's always trying to get me involved in stuff like axe throwing and all this kind of dangerous stuff. I mean, I'm a pretty sensitive guy, so.
But you did well. We weren't shooting any arrows at you.
But I'm just saying, bro, okay? First of all, let me tell you, I think some of the, your vision for this is probably spot on, because I think it's going to grow.
Oh, thank you.
And more people, they see, how they can involve themselves in this activity, both on a recreational basis, but as it develops on a professional basis as well, or amateur professional.
Yeah, I mean, listen, any sport can become anything. There's chase tag on ESPN now, and they're flying drones around. Video game watching is huge, but we, again, back to the trivia, we're used to doing team-based activities, and I like the fact that we can take what we've learned from all these events that we've hosted. I mean, we do the 60 trivia games a week, but we're also doing all these private events, and we do big beer conventions, and we work with the Hartford Athletic. You know, we do live events with them too. So this was something that was able to get in that is good for parties and team building, but is a super cardio exercise way of it as well.
Oh, my son and his friends, they were dripping.
Oh yeah,
They
you can play it
blast.
as easy as you want. You can play it as hard as you want, and you need no experience. I don't have any archery experience whatsoever, and you know we kind of just keep making it up as we go along.
So tell us, let's go into now the specifics of the game. There.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I brought some props, and I don't want to fire any arrows. No, it's not strung. It's not. I didn't come in with the. Yeah. Watch out, Jacque, coming at you. No, what we're using is it's a 30-pound recurve bow. It's a recurved bow that would be bent back the other way. And,
you shouldn't.
And we're using this 30 pounds of pressure to pull it back, so it's really super light, and you're not getting a super fast arrow coming off.
Right.
And then what we have are the arrows, which we showed you when we came into. It's a regular arrow with a foam tip on it, a Nerf tip, if you will, regular shaft, and they're called the fletchings at the bottom, which I learned after buying these. I'm like, I had to figure that out. Fletchings, yes. And then the knock at the end, and that's what you're clicking into the string. And we go through all that when you're, when you're coming into Puddletown and playing again. No.
It's very soft. Like you know.
Well, it's a Nerf tip. And here, one of my new favorite trivia questions since we started this is,
what is the?
Well, I love acronyms.
What does Nerf mean?
What does Nerf stand for? Do you remember? I told you.
Okay, hold on. No, I don't.
No. Do you remember one of them?
Natural.
No.
Artificial.
No.
R is recreation?
No.
Oh,
oh, yes. R is recreational.
Okay.
Anatomical.
No.
Um,
We got the phone lines open, though. You can call 860-361-9985.
Win a free bagel, man.
Right, you know what Nerf stands for.
Win a free
passes to Puddletown.
Get a free pass to Puddletown. Call in if you know what the
neutrons
stand.
No.
Neutrons.
Yeah, Nerf.
No.
You got neutrons. We got
neutron, anatomical, recreational,
fractionals.
No.
No one listens.
We got to see if we got a call in first. I'll tell you all before we leave.
I don't think Doug has the phone hooked up tonight. No free bagels for you guys.
Hey,
Facebook. It
does
smell good.
Anyone watching on Facebook, please type it in the
Nerf.
Nerf. What does Nerf stand for?
Who
knew it stood for something? I didn't.
Of course it stood for something. That's why they called it Nerf.
I thought it was just, a name, Nerf.
No, it's an acronym. It's an acronym. We love
Tell our Facebook people what the acronym is.
You ready? Fine. Okay.
Okay.
It's non-expanding recreational foam.
Non-expanding recreational foam.
Nerf.
I remembered the foam part. I just didn't tell him that.
Yeah, that's fine. The foam is you think that people would.
I got recreational. I remembered the R.
Your wife had to leave on my last comment. He's just full of it, man.
Well, and we do a lot with the Nerf at Puddletown too. So it's a lot of fun that we've got the bows and arrows, we've got the Nerf stuff, and the yoga and more. So
yeah.
Now, I think it's important that we explain to people too that one of the games that they play is you take the bow and you have your team and their team, and it's like
we're playing dodgeball.
It's like dodgeball only with these. Only with this equipment.
So it's with any 2-on-2 games that we have. Yeah, we're playing dodgeball. So you can set it up the regular way. You get hit by an arrow, you're out. If you catch an arrow, you're in, and the other person's out. You get a player back in, and we are catching these arrows. We're wearing lacrosse helmets. Is really the only protection that you need to go out and play. And we're in a specially designed field with a safety space in between it, so you're never more than 16 feet closer to somebody. But yeah, you're catching arrows, knocking people out, or we have jugs and these inflatable donkeys hanging from the ceilings too. And we're using that as, if you slap the donkey, you get a point. Or if you
slap the donkey,
slap that donkey. Yeah, that's actually our big kids game that we do.
Slap the donkey.
Slap the donkey. It's a Puddletown favorite. But you can do it really any way. And again, we're making the games up, and that's been one of the most exciting things about what we do is we just take the concept of here's the tools and here's the toys. It's a bow and arrow, do it safely, and just make the games up, because there is no blueprint for this yet.
Yeah.
It's exciting that we're coming out, and there's other places around the country that are doing archery, dodgeball, doing Nerf stuff, but it's all a little bit different. So
I think that's the best type of games is ones you make up.
oh, most of the stuff, yeah, we're going through that. What's this rule? Hold on, let me think. Did that, yeah, they're gonna do this time. This is the new rule.
That's how like a lot of famous games were invented. Basketball was just like, you know, this guy with a peach bucket and decided to
Smith
just
with his peach bucket, yep.
I think, though, too, another game that's analogous to this is paintball.
So, yeah. So, we don't, it's simple. If you like paintball,
Yeah.
you're going to like this. It's, you know, it's paintball meets archery meets dodgeball is
Right.
what archery dodgeball is. We call it aero dodge. But we have a lot of people that come up and ask us about, are we going to do paintball? Are we going to do airsoft at Puddletown? And the answer is no. We have no intentions of doing airsoft or paintball. One is it hurts. It hurts a lot, at least for me. And two, we're right by the river, so I don't want those airsoft beads going in the river.
No.
And we don't want the paintball going in the river. But the cool thing is, while we do the kids' Nerf blaster birthday parties, for adults that are looking for airsoft, there's something called a half-length dart. And I brought some more samples for you if you wanted it.
Yeah.
I have my whole thing right here. And hold on. Because what makes me the most excited, and it is a little aggressive, but it's what I'm most excited about with this whole thing is that these companies, Nerf, Dart Zone, have been putting out these blasters. This is a plastic toy from Dart Zone. Called the Nexus Pro X, and it shoots out of the box at 150 feet per second. I'm sure your producers wouldn't want me firing one around here with all this nice, expensive stuff, but it's being shot with a half-length dart that is reusable. And reusable, you can pick them back up. They're not going to hurt anybody.
Where are we? Look at this little thing.
And they're flying out like a paintball, like airsoft. So you're getting that. But we could do it in between two buildings, right on Route 44. You could do it inside. We even work with Stadium 15 in Farmington off of Finneman Road all winter long. We were playing in an old banquet room of the Marriott with a turf floor at this bar. But inside with bunkers. And so why would I invest anything into paintball or airsoft?
Let me get what is this thing called? Like
crayons
that you reload.
Well, that's your clip. That's your clip.
Let me reload my clip. I don't even know.
Well, I mean, you get dangerous. There's even, this one's a Springer.
Push it down? Yeah,
but
like that.
There's even ones that, and these guys come up from all over the place, all over the country. We're the only New England place that's giving you archery, dodgeball, and this. And you did it, yeah. So
listen, so my years at UConn, my last year, there was wars, right, between the West Indian Students Awareness Organization, so the West Indian student body, and the African American student body. And our wars were water guns. Like, it was so bad, and we were driving around with water guns.
Oh, yeah.
And we were blasting, like, the other side. And it was so intense that Walmart was sold out of water guns.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, people were getting the ones where you're, like, laying on the ground, and it's, like, kickstand, and they were major war. If we were new and into the Nerf, then I think it would have.
Oh, you're taking somebody off. Yeah, you're a good 60 feet. You're nice and direct on these.
We would have been more into the Nerf.
Yeah, they called it assassins. I'm from West Hartford originally, and they would do it around. The West Hartford police would hate it every year because kids are running around and hiding in bushes, and then they were using gel blasters recently. We have those too at Puddletown, but
this could be our solution to World War III, actually. I mean,
how so?
War.
Because you're not stopping a war with this. This not even stopping a squirrel.
But if we had some kind of treaty where this could be, like the regulated, machinery,
So we get rid of all munitions,
and
explosives, and everybody's just nerfing around the world.
Everybody's nerfing around the world, man.
I'm fine. Let's
nerf
for peace. Hashtag that.
Yeah, nerf for peace, man, because war's too antiquated now.
Oh, I don't even own a gun. I respect our military. And everybody that serves.
You can tell I don't, because I didn't even know what this was called.
You did fine, but I don't know either. And it's actually just back to our kids' parties. What we take safety as a very important thing in Puddletown, and nobody's gotten hurt. My father-in-law is an ophthalmologist, an eye surgeon. I promised him at first, I'm like, nobody's coming to you. And some of these kids were doing 6-year-old birthday parties, and I'm the first person that's showing them, all right, child, here is a toy gun, and you have to pull this back and let it fire, and then pull the trigger, and it shoots that up, point it at the person, not at your face. But the safety starts there with us, so it's an important thing as we're doing these kids' parties, and it goes up to the adults. It is a toy, but it's not a toy. You know, you get to this as a sporting equipment, you have to treat it as such and have fun with it.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
It was a blast, and I'll let you know this now. My son and his friends, they were like, yeah, we want to go back. We want to go back.
We're there this Thursday for open play, free open play every Thursday at Puddletown Adventures. It's
every Thursday from 6
to 8 o'clock. We're there hanging out. Yeah. You know, we got a bunch of people coming in. We're trying to build league nights up. We do birthday parties on the weekend. You can follow us on social media at Puddletown Adventures for all the info on that. We have a new website coming out soon. And again, our outdoor yoga studio is opening up. That's going to be Tuesdays at 6 o'clock, right on the river as the sun's coming down.
Oh, wow.
You can't get more peaceful than that.
Oh, it's so nice. And I've been loving this nice weather. I've literally been outside every day, just cleaning up and getting ready for the outside.
Well, we definitely will have you back again because
thank you for having me. Yeah, this is great.
I loved it. I loved every aspect of it.
We got music festivals we were working on today. We might have some wrestlers come in. We're going to do like Rumble by the River, live pro wrestlings.
He's just got all the ideas.
I told you, we had goats inside. You know, if I'm going to do goats, I'm going to do wrestling by the river. Why not?
Unbelievable. And we think it's about that time where we gave away some T-Town shout-outs. What do you think?
You're giving it away?
We're giving them away.
Okay, go ahead. Give it away.
We're giving away some T-Town shout-outs to Don's Getaway, located at 24 Winstead Road in Torrington, Connecticut. Christie's Restaurant, located at 545 Winstead Road in Torrington, Connecticut. Health Insurance Services, located at 438 Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Wall and Fraunhofer, located at 117 Main Street in Torrington, Connecticut. Soul Latina Cafe, located at 31 Hungerford Street, Torrington. Jimmy's Store, located at 1238 East Main Street, Torrington. 5 Points Art Center, located at 855 University Drive. And George's Music, located at 905 New Harrington Road in Torrington. And as I gain my self-respect here, we want to give another shout out to our big city sponsors.
Yep, go right ahead.
Want to give a big shout out to Toth Insurance Agency, located 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. They might have to call him after this show. 860-496-7771. And his website address is Toth, INS, at optonline.net. Also, Mel Brookman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Avenue, Suite number 1, Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. The Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on another episode of CT Views. Thank you so much to our guests for joining us, Jerry
Puya. Jerry
Puya. From Better Round Baker.
Between Round
Bagels. I get that so confused. Yes.
And then also,
good colors, yeah.
Thank you to Rob Goldberg for joining us as well from Puddletown Adventures.
And I brought you guys some gifts too. So you each get, you could practice, Jacque. You can get used to the darts. You got your very own Adventure Force cricket. Yes, you're very welcome.
He's crying.
Pocket-sized blaster.
Pocket size.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
You like that? Yeah. Got Easter coming up. We're all wearing a fancy jacket, so you're always like right there in the front pocket. James Bond.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Don't forget, spread the word. Next week's show is going to be our Easter show. Tune in, check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Culture for a Cause. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of CT Views. We'll see you back. Have a great Easter. In the meantime, peace out.
Bye.
City News.